Hi everybody!
Hi guys!
Welcome back to another Blitsy Live.
Yes.
I've missed you. I was gone
Yes.
last week. I was on vacation and we're kind of taking it back to old school. We're not super high production for this episode, but we're still going to be able to show all the information, right?
Yes, definitely. And there's still a blog post that has all of the products linked in there. So yeah, we can just jump right in.
Yeah, so you can kind of see in the description, there's blitsy.me/stylefileFBLive. That's where you're going to find all of the products that we're talking about today. These are really amazing markers that are exclusive to Blitsy in the US, so you're not going to really see them anywhere else. You're going to learn it from us here today, and then you can pick them up from the blog post that we've linked to as well. So,
they are actually fast becoming artist favorites, like favorites all over the world, because they are really great and they're really affordable. They're alcohol markers and they are called Stylefile, and they look like this. So they're called Stylefile markers. They come in both a brush tip and a fine liner point. So the fine liner point ones are these black ones here, and they have a fine liner point on one side, which I will show you. It's a pretty fine point. Here, I'll show you again. This is a new way of showing stuff, guys. We're trying this out. So this is the fine liner, and then on the other end of the fine liner, there's a chisel point. So these are, once again, they're alcohol markers, really low odor though. You can't smell.
That's great.
Yeah. And then the brush markers are the gray ones. And these also have a chisel tip on one end, but then the other end is more of a brush point.
And we'll show you these in action in just a few minutes, but we found these actually when we were in Germany at a trade show, and we were looking for Copic alternatives, I guess is kind of what our mission was, because Copics can be really hard to find. They're very expensive. We love them.
Yeah, we love them, but if you
are,
can't afford it,
yeah,
it's kind of it's rough if we don't have like an alternative.
Right. So we wanted, what else can we also have for when it's hard to pick up the Copics, because it really is. And this was one of the best options that we found, the Stylefile markers. I love that there are the brush option as well, because obviously with brush lettering and all of the different techniques going on right now, it fits in really perfectly. So do you want to show some?
Sure.
Show them in action? We're just going to kind of move this down. And thanks for all the welcome backs. I was out last week. I went to the National Stationery Show.
Oh, that's
really
right.
fun.
In New York.
Yep. And then had a little vacation with my family as well.
Hence the beautiful tan. So here are the brush ones, but this is the chisel tip on the brush one. And they come in a range of colors. And if you can see here, what's great about these is that they have colored caps so that you always know what color you're grabbing. And then they also have little markings on the barrel so that you know the larger marking is the chisel and the smaller one is the brush tip. Because, sometimes you uncap one end and you're like, it's not the side I wanted. This kind of takes that guesswork out of that. And they come in a range, so here's the brush tip. So you can see it's really flexible, like I'm really pushing down. And it creates a variety of thicknesses.
I'm going to grab another color, just play with it.
And what's great is that these come in, so these are sold individually, but they also come in sets, and the sets come in these really cool acrylic cases so that you can just put the lid on there and you can store them.
I love the clear case.
Yeah, so it comes in these clear cases, so you can actually just stack them on your workspace.
And they've come in a variety of colors. So these are the pastels.
Yes,
right?
And they've kind of curated them for you, which is really great. So they kind of pick all of the colors that kind of go together to get you started in the sets. So they have pastels, like Katie mentioned. These are the pastels. Then they have, and these colors come in both options. The black barrel meaning the fine liner, and the gray, the brush. So these colors also come in the brush variety. And they also have neutrals, so they have like a whole entire gray series. So if you're doing illustration, or I know that I was reading that these are really popular with architects for like rendering, interior design, or architecture drawings. They're really popular with just graphic designers in general, illustrators, but here, obviously, we always like to kind of translate it into how is it going to work with a crafty situation.
Exactly.
You know, like mixed media or card making, because these definitely cross over in different areas of creating. So I just have a little sheet here of these fun dilutions.
I'm going to actually flip this so
Yeah.
they can see that. How funny is this?
Yes. They're from
Life is hard, your art shouldn't be. How cute is that?
They're from the Dilutions collection from Ranger, and these are great because they're kind of mixed media built into a coloring sheet. So then you can either just use this whole sheet or you can cut it out. But you can see how great these markers work, even just on this mixed media paper.
I have to say, just from kind of playing on this white paper here, how smooth it goes down. I really like the chisel.
Yes, they are. That's what I love about them. They're really smooth, and you get really, really minimal, if any, of that kind of streakiness. And if you do have a little bit, you just go right back in and blend it out.
I'll just jump right in here. Yeah, I don't see any streaking happening.
If you have any, like I said, you literally just blend it out with the same marker and it's gone. And it also blends colors beautifully. So like I have a purple here that I'm adding on top of this blue, and you can see how they just kind of blend pretty seamlessly with minimal effort, which is really great.
Did you also link these cute dilutions
I did
cards?
not,
Okay,
but
we'll
I
add
will.
those to the blog post
And this
as soon
is
as we
just-
get off of here.
I think there's 4 different packs, 4 variety packs, so different themes. I think there's like an animal one, there's a holiday one. But as I said, you can see how, let's try a different color.
I'm going to try the chisel on this one. I like, so like this is a smaller surface, so the chisel isn't great for it, but then I've got the option for the pointed tip as well, which is great. So do you have any alcohol marker tips that you can share?
Definitely, well, in any instance where your alcohol markers are double barrel, double tipped, you want to store them horizontally, because if you store them vertically, whatever end is at the bottom, gravity is just going to kind of pull all the ink, and so it can become kind of dry on the other end. So to avoid that, you just want to store them horizontally. Also, just in terms of blending, everybody has a different, or people who use alcohol markers have different ways of blending them. But I like to start with the darkest color at wherever I'm shading, and then use the lighter color to blend up, and then don't be afraid to go back in with the darker and back in with the lighter to kind of blend and get a seamless blend. You're not going to ruin your alcohol marker by doing that, and it's just a way to guarantee that you're getting like a really nice seamless transition from one shade to another.
Okay.
So that's kind of what I do.
Have you found anything that makes these Stylefile markers unique?
I think what I love about them is, number one, I do really like the little detail on the barrel, because when I've used other alcohol markers, when I'm coloring, I like to know that I'm grabbing the right end. So I like that, which is a little thing, but I like it. And also, I like the barrel because it's very smooth, and I know that there's other markers out there that have more of an ergonomic kind of situation. But these really smooth barrels are just really easy to grab and grip. And
the design of them, they're really sleek.
Yes, it's very sleek and easy to use them. So that's another thing I love about them. And then as you mentioned, I just love that they are so smooth when you write with them. They're just really, really smooth.
So for anyone just joining, again, we are showing the Stylefile markers. They're available exclusively at Blitsy in the United States. We have them on sale today. The link is in the description. You can check out the blog post where Claudia has written up some details about these markers as well as link them up so that you can find all the different colors. I really, really love, I can't stress enough, that they come in the plastic case when you get the sets. So you already have the built-in storage. It's clear, so it will match any craft room. You don't have to worry about like having a crazy pink color or something that doesn't match your decor. This will match anything, and they're just very sleek and modern looking. Have you used, so they have the classics, which is the black ones. Then they also have the brush set.
They're the gray ones.
Both are dual tipped. Are the brush ones good for brush lettering?
You know, I haven't actually tried it, but let's
try it. Here, I'll move this back down so we can do some.
Let's get a darker color. I'm assuming that yes, the answer is yes, simply because the brush tip is so flexible, so you're not gonna break the nib. Let's see, I'm trying to think, what is a letter that I know how to do?
Do we have any brush leather enthusiasts on the chat? Let us know.
I mean, I definitely think...
I like to pretend.
Yeah.
I need to practice.
Yeah, you can definitely go from thick stroke to light stroke really easy. Oh, there you go, see? Yeah, no, these are great. They seem to work fine. Is that an
R or a K? I don't know.
We made our own. So you can see, so you can see that it kind of transitions really easily from broad strokes to thin strokes.
So just depending on the pressure that you put down. And I know the trick with brush lettering is the thin up, thick down.
You've been practicing. Katie's been practicing.
I wish I could say I've been practicing a lot, but I haven't, and I need to.
So these are beautiful, and maybe we'll have to do a project so that we can show some hand lettering with it once we get used to kind of using them.
For sure. So I don't see any other questions. How many colors are in the set? They actually have different size sets. So they've got...
This is the 12.
The 12, 36. I think it goes all the way up
60?
To... Let's see.
We're checking.
Hold on. I had the page open right before we went on. I'm just looking really quick for you guys. 12, 36. There's sets of 24, 48. So really something to hit everybody. We've got, I think 48 is the highest from what I'm seeing right here. But
and just super affordable. The set of 12 is $35.91. So like if you
that's
think
a really good place to start.
Yeah, to see, and also we have them individually. So if you are an alcohol marker person and you are, you know, feel very loyal to like Copic, but you know that sometimes maybe you don't have the money for the Copics, there's nothing wrong with using 2 different alcohol markers. And I feel like if you just grab even one of the individual stock ones just to give it a try, you'll really love them. You'll see why these are becoming really popular.
Well, then, I know Carissa's here, and she suffers from full set syndrome. Oh, it's a real thing.
It is a real thing.
And so it's like, if you're going to start, you're probably going to end up expanding anyways. So just check out the pricing and see what the best deal is that you get based on how many that you think you're going to want. Because once you have a few, you're probably going to want more. I'm just being honest. Just being honest. So
are they refillable?
I don't believe these are refillable.
No, these are not refillable.
Yet. I think they are going to be, but I don't think they are yet.
How much are the individual pens versus this set? They are $248 if you're getting just one at a time, or you want to try one out.
Are some black and other white? Yes. So the black ones, these are the classic set, and the difference is that you've got your chisel point on this one, and then on the other side you have your fine tip point, and then the grayish white ones are brush. So you have chisel
so you
and
have
brush.
Chisel, and then once again chisel, and then on this end you have the brush.
Are these chisels the same?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so
they're exactly the same.
It's just a matter of if you want the fine tip or the brush tip on the other end. So that makes it even harder because then you need both.
Yeah,
like
they thought about this. I think.
Yeah, I was surprised how much I really like the chisel tip though. So if you're doing any larger backgrounds or surfaces, the chisel is perfect for that, and it goes on really smooth. And then I like the brush just because I like to practice my brush lettering and have fun with that.
Yeah.
What else would you use the brush for? Just more like...
Well, I think it's just because it's so flexible, it's like that. I like to do this with all kind of like brush tip markers, but it's got that teardrop shape, so you can do flowers. Like you can create, if you're a card maker and you like little details, you can actually make little flowers out of
Look
them.
how perfect your little teardrops are.
It's perfect little teardrops. They look like raindrops. So you can do a lot of different effects with a brush tip if you're doing stuff like that. So you can see how these look like little stems or leaves. And they're great for flourishes too. So
Yes.
even if you're not using it for hand lettering, if you like to create little flourishes on your projects, this is also great for that too. So, and I like the brush just because it mimics obviously a real brush, so I like blending with the brush tip when I'm coloring.
Yeah.
It's pretty effortless.
All right, we're going to go back in. It's been kind of hard with the screen going up and down to see all of the comments, but we'll go back in after, make sure that anything that we haven't answered gets answered for sure. We also have the link to the blog post, so make sure you check that out. That has a link to all of the Stylefile markers. We have the entire line, including extra storage options.
I was going to say, there's actually some accessories. There's like a little a case if you don't want, a case that you can take on the go, essentially, so that you're not carrying around the acrylic thing. Yeah, there's accessories that go with them, so definitely check it out.
And sorry to enable you guys with more really awesome markers, but that's what we do here.
Yes.
So we're going to be doing a lot more of that, trying to hop on Facebook Live even more, showing you guys just products that we have around here that we think are really cool and share them with you. So if there's anything in particular that you want to see, just let us know in the comments. We'll make it happen. And check out that blog post.
Yeah.
The Stylefile markers are exclusive to Blitsy in the US, so you're not going to find them elsewhere, and we hope you love them as much as we do. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.